Two boys walked out of their front door on a summer morning in 1909 and were never seen again. And the detail their mother remembered from breakfast that day is the thing that still has no answer. Welcome to Untold Lores, The Last Normal Morning, Part 1 of 4. On June 11, 1909, two boys left their home in Gloucester, England, and were never seen again. Their names were William and John Yates, aged 9 and 11. They lived with their mother, Clara Yates, in a narrow terraced house on Stroud Road. That morning, Clara later told police the boys ate breakfast, put on their boots, and walked out the front door just after 8 o'clock. She watched them from the window. She said they turned left at the gate, toward the open fields at the edge of town. She did not wave, she did not call after them. She had no reason to, they had never not come home. William was the younger one, small for his age, dark-haired, quiet. Neighbors described him as serious, the kind of boy who watched more than he spoke. John was louder, taller, confident in the way older brothers often are. The two were almost never apart. A neighbor named Edward Marsh, who lived 2 doors down, told investigators he saw the boys that morning walking fast along the lane beside the old stone wall at the edge of the Barton farm fields. He remembered it because John waved at him. He waved back. That was the last confirmed sighting of either child. By noon, Clara Yates began to worry. By 2 in the afternoon, she went to the fields herself and called their names. By 4, she was at the Gloucester City Police Station, and by nightfall a search party had formed. The fields were not large. The surrounding land was flat, open farmland broken by low hedgerows and one small stretch of dense woodland about half a mile from the edge of town. Search parties covered that ground the same evening. They found nothing. They returned the next morning. Again, nothing. No footprints beyond the lane. No clothing caught on hedges. No sign that either child had entered the woodland at all. What the search party did find, and what the first officer on the scene, Constable Harold Pitts, noted in his written report, was a single flat stone near the edge of the field, roughly 20 feet past the point where the lane ended. The stone had been moved. The earth beneath it was pressed down and dark, as though the stone had sat in that position for a long time. But around it, in the soft soil of the field edge, there were no footprints. None leading to the stone. None leading away. Constable Pitts noted this detail in his report and underlined it. He did not offer an explanation. He simply wrote a stone displaced, no tracks present, 'cause unclear. The boys' boots were never found. Their mother was interviewed 3 times in the first week. Each time she said the same thing. They left at 8, they turned left. They did not say where they were going because they never needed to. On the 3rd interview, the interviewing officer asked Clara whether the boys had seemed different that morning. Whether they had said anything unusual at breakfast. Clara paused for a long time before answering, then she said yes. She said William had asked her, while eating his porridge, whether she thought the field ever had an end. She had not understood the question. She told him every field had an end. He looked at her, she said, and went quiet, and did not speak again before they left. The officer wrote this down. He did not follow up on it. No one did. And that small moment, a 9-year-old boy asking whether a field had an end, and then walking into one and never returning, sat in a police file in Gloucester for over a century before anyone looked at it again. When investigators finally reopened the case file decades later, they found something inside it that should not have been there. A document that had never been logged, signed by no one, dated 3 days before the boys disappeared. That's it for Part 1. Follow Untold Lores for Part 2. Like and subscribe for daily stories.